Okay, this is an Elan road bike, I think from the 60s or 70s, and it's aluminum and is glued together, which basically makes it some kind of whippy self-destructo noodle bike. My goal with it is to build a rain bike for the 2 times it rains in Southern California. I have a clunky old Schwinn Cruiser with baskets I normally use as my rain bike, but I wanted something a little more svelte. I'm definitely not going to ride this thing the way I ride my other bikes, because I will totally annihilate this thing. If I ride a bike 6 months consistently, I crack the frame. It's pretty much, I can count on it. So I know what I do. I murder bikes, and so this thing I want it to last. So that's the plan. I'm going to use some Drillium parts I have, and these snazzy fenders I found in a pile of pine needles in my backyard. The goal is not to spend any money. So my plan is probably to ditch this nasty medieval torture device ass annihilated seat. Definitely get rid of the drop bars. I don't like drop bars. I think road bikes are beautiful, but the last thing I want to do is stare at my stem for miles on end. I have these bars, whatever they are. I think it's a knockoff of an Albatross bar. They were still in the bag and in the giant 5-foot high pile of handlebars in my yard. And I think I can maybe reuse the road levers on these, which would be cool. Yeah, so I've got 2 like kind of matchy rims. I got a MA40 for the front, for the canopy hub, and then this is a G40 with a Shimano hub, and I need to find another chain ring for my strong light crank. I probably have one somewhere. It doesn't have to be Drillium, but you know, if I find one, that's cool. We've already got a Drillium derailleur here, so yeah, pretty neat. That's the goal. We'll see. So just a quick kind of look at the bike. If you can see the joints kind of glued together, man. So it's super light. It looks bitchin', and you know, I'm a 70s 80s kid, so I have a soft spot for anodized parts, not purple. That wasn't our era, fellas. But gold, yeah. As the kids would say, sick. We'd say rad. And these things, these are neat. They're still in the package, but there was like 9 pounds of pine needles on top of them. So, still good. That needs to be moved over there. There's a bit of stuff to do. So you get the general gist of it. Pretty cool looking bike. I'm going to turn into something that I can use a couple times a year for rain travel to work. Alright, we're going to ditch these drop bars. I mean, have you ever really seen a bunch of roadies riding down the street? Are a single one of them actually smiling? I don't know. There's something about it. There may be some ponderable there. I don't like wasting my time with joyless curmudgeons, which, strangely enough, the bike biz is highly populated with. Bikes are supposed to be fun, but I don't know. Something gets lost in the translation, I think. I'm probably massacring this bike and pissing off some nerd. I don't care. Saw this fucking thing in half if I have to, just to prove a point. But whatever. I may need to take the stem out to get this bitch out of here. Not the anode. Ah, bitch. Yeah, darn it. Let's see if it comes out easy. Nope. It's stuck in there since Carter was in office. Alright. Use the old persuader. Got that loose. Luckily it came out. Some smart person back in the day did the thing they're supposed to do and threw a little grease in there. When I get an old rig, one of the first things I do is I check and see if the seat post is stuck. Because if it's stuck and it's like a cheap bike or kind of marginal, it's dead. It gets parted out and then the Jawas get it. There's no point in wrestling with it. Some handlebar from France. Can't make out what it says. BELERP? I don't know. Whatever. No good. This thing's pretty nice though. Look at that. Real sexy. Put that back in. It's good. Okay. Now we're gonna see if these are XLCs. So these are from Seattle Bike Supply, which I haven't bought anything from them in an age. With the demand for bikes and bike shops and all that probably hitting an all-time low, distributors, I mean, they're just superfluous at some point. You can just get what you need for maybe one or two. I've been in business for over 2 decades and I only deal with 2 distributors now. There's really no reason to have any more than that. So, I don't know if these are going to work. It's iffy. Probably need some regular brake jam on here for normal brake. Kind of hope we avoid that. I think I'll tighten it down at the apex of the turn here and I can see if I can get a handle on them. And if it feels right, then I'll do it. Otherwise, it's something else. We'll see. Okay. Let's tighten one of these things down. Putting it on the apex of the bend. I don't think this is a direct knockoff of the Albatross bar, which allows you to use road levers in this configuration. These are just some Shimano jams from back in the day. I'm not opposed to swapping everything, but I just don't think I'm going to use this bike enough to care too much about how it comes together. It's been sitting in my closet or whatever, hallway for years now. Someone gave it to me and I said, yeah, I will build it up and use it, and I need to keep my word. I just needed to find stuff, and I think the fenders were the final component. Once I saw those, I didn't want to buy fenders. I don't know how much they cost, but I imagine they're not cheap. But when I saw that I already had a set and didn't know it, and I was like, yeah, why not? You know, that kind of half works. That works. I could live with that. You just got to be kind of reach your hand in on the handlebar there, and then yeah, that's pretty cool looking. Raise it up a little bit. kind of get more of a Mary Poppins kind of jam on this bike instead of these, which I don't like. They're good for hanging stuff on. So that's looking all right. This obviously needs to go there. Too much room there. The brakes sort of work. I can live with the configuration. I don't have a front tire yet. There's probably one in the used pile at work. I'll scab that and find a couple good used tubes and throw them on here. And find inner chain ring for this strong light crank. Get that all sorted out. Fenders, grips. I mean, you know, just assembling something, it's not really a big deal. So, coffee, yay. Just want to say that there's so many people that should be grateful every day they get to live one more day, because us coffee addicts got our drugs. That's all. All right. I had a whole another strong light beryllium crankset laying around. It was hanging in the patio on a zip tie. So, but I don't know if it's gonna fit. The only way to find out is to try to put it on. See if it fits or not. Alright. I don't think there was any cranks on this bike when I got it. Honestly, it's been so long. You feel a little bad about not getting on it right away, like I should have, but I really wanted the snazzy fenders. That non-drive side crank arm is so close to the stay. Ooh, man. Last thing you want is it for it to flex and gouge a hole in this beauty. It's like 4 millimeters, it's not even tight yet. All the way down. 2 mil. Oh, it's probably too close. It's not touching, but it's too close. No freaking way. Okay, that's not going to work. So, take the cranks off, and we're going to have to put another spindle in there. It's got a wider Q factor. I hate that term. Just say it's wider, okay? Why you gotta come up with dumb names? So, got the bottom bracket out, and it is a seal bearing jam. Really neat, but it won't work with those cranks, so there's no way I've got another one of these spindles. I could put something else in there, but the beryllium, so enticing. I don't know. We'll have to pause, figure it out. Little setback on the Elan. who the hell makes hollow crank bolts? I mean, luckily, I was able to get it out without having to do any machining. You know, it's freaking hollow. It's hollow. What the hell? Now let's hope the picture thread is the same with the new stuff and the old stuff. Thank goodness. This is what happens when you take your bike to the gun show. You break things. That's all. Alright, I got the Elan together, quasi-rideable. Needs some tweaking. It looks really cool. These handlebars suck. Probably going to ditch those, and the stupid road levers. The left one has 3 pieces of a aluminum can in it because it wouldn't tighten down very good. That seat is made by someone who hates humanity. Probably need to fix that. Fenders are on there. I didn't really put them on correctly because I don't know how, but they don't rub. I really don't care. Pedals, cages, riding in the rain, no. I'll ditch those for some platforms. But other than that, I mean, it's pretty neat looking. It's definitely a beautiful bike by any measure, and I am not a roadie, so I really like this bike. It's cool. I'm going to tweak on it some more. I have handlebar selections, as you can see, that are returning to the earth, so I'll find something that'll work. Yeah. Okay, I think I got this thing set up the way I want it. I found this whole setup in my giant pile of handlebars, Schwinn, even the basket. I know that's some hipster shit, but I'm gonna put shoes in it with a bag and ride in the rain with my galoshes. Pretty cool. I adjusted the seat. It's not so murderous anymore, and gotta get rid of those cages. I don't like those things, but it's a pretty cool bike. It was not meant to take fenders. There were some shenanigans there, but yeah, sweet. I'm finally glad I got around to putting it together. Hope you enjoy. Thanks.